Kingdom Hearts 1 is one of my favorite games of all time, but I actually haven't finished a playthrough of Kingdom Hearts 1 in a few years now. That kind of made me feel like a fake fan when I thought about it a while back. I wanted to play the game again, but after my second playthrough where I basically did everything in the game, I wanted a more substantial reason for picking it up again. That's when I decided to play Kingdom Hearts again, but only at level 1. I attempted this before, but never finished it for some reason. However, in this 3-part series, that's exactly what I'm going to do. I'm basically going to recount all the notable fights and describe my overall first-hand experience playing this game on level 1. If you do like this type of content, make sure to subscribe, like, and all the other YouTube bullshit. This video and playthrough would have not been possible without the help of Regular Pat's KH1 Level 1 Guide for Beginners video. That helped me so much throughout this run. I thank him for making that video, so please go check him out in the link in the description. Anyways, sit back, grab a snack, and enjoy, because this was my journey of beating Kingdom Hearts only at level 1. Well, firstly, what is a level 1 run, and how do you even start one? Well, if you didn't know, there are actually 2 versions of Kingdom Hearts that were released. There is OG Kingdom Hearts, and then there's Kingdom Hearts Final Mix. Only in the Final Mix version was a new ability added, EXP 0. This ability is pretty self-explanatory. You get no XP, what you expect. But why would anyone want that as an ability? Well, for a challenge, silly. The plan is to keep this ability on throughout the entire game to stay DDG. But you can't just equip it straight out the box and say level 1. First, you have to start the game in Proud mode before you even get to equip it. Then, you have to set up your playthrough in the Dive to the Heart section. In this part, the game is going to ask you questions that determine your stats and how the EXP you gain will be distributed throughout your entire run. And depending on the question and your answer, it'll impact your game a lot, even determining if you stay level 1 or not. The first thing the game is going to ask you is what stat you want to focus on and what stat you want to sacrifice. These 2 questions will determine your stats and some other things that won't really matter in this run. Me personally, I always pick the staff, and this goes for any Kingdom Hearts 1 run. The main thing that it does is that it gives you a permanent increase to your MP bar, something that just can't be added on unlike your attack or defense stat. And also, magic is just generally godlike in Kingdom Hearts 1, but especially for a level 1 run where attack and defense stats are going to be basically dick the entire run. Which brings me to the stat I want to give up. I picked the shield because after a while, the defense stat that we're going to have is not going to matter at all. At some point, we're going to be dying in 2 hits anyway, no matter what. So giving up the shield is not going to affect our run that much. And then the next 3 questions are going to determine what EXP curve we're going to be on. While the stat questions are important, it's actually crucial that I answer these next 3 questions perfectly. Well, they're not hard questions. Only pick the bottom answers to all of them, and it will take you to the dead of night, the slowest at the early game, EXP curve. This is so that when I start fighting the Heartless after these questions, that I don't accidentally level up. The Heartless, by the way, were easy as fuck. Typical Shadow Heartless, no challenge at all. But after beating them, I was able to finally touch the EXP 0 ability, save, and start the Kingdom Hearts level 1 run. Before I actually start, let me preface this whole run by saying that my plan when I originally started this run was to speed blitz this entire game. I told myself that I was only going to do the required fights. No optional worlds, collectibles, or bosses. And when it comes to bosses I don't have to beat, I will not try to beat them. That being said, Darkside 1 was too easy not to try and beat. As the tutorial boss, it is one of those bosses, but honestly, it's harder to lose here for me than to win. This Darkside only does 2 attacks, and both of them are slow as hell. He would try to either give you a hand jab or multiple chest blasts. All I did was ride his arm twice when he tried to give me a hand jab, and then hide behind him when he tried to blast me, and then he was done after the second time I rode up his arm. Faster than I expected, honestly. I didn't even ride his arm the whole time fully the second time, and he was done. He didn't even last 2 minutes. Yo, why do I write this shit? The literal easiest boss fight, done. Now done with Dive to the Heart, I'm onto the actual game now with Destiny Islands. And when I stepped on, I just collected necessary materials for the Wrath, got this Protect Chain, and immediately carry on with the game. Again, speed blitz. I'm trying to hurry this shit up. I didn't even try to fight myself. I did try to fight Waka though, but oh, what? After that, I was like, yeah, you know what? The rest of them got it. I'm gonna continue on with the game. But once I was done with day 2, the Heartless started showing up, so I just ran to me and not even try to attack them. I got my Keyblade, and then I went straight to Darkside 2. Fighting Heartless is pretty much pointless in general. Because they don't drop EXP anymore, I have no reason to beat them besides money or the occasional item drop. Heading straight to Darkside, this fight is required unlike last time, so you do have to win it, which I do. This is literally the same fight as before. Don't get hand jabbed, right his arm, and don't get chest blasted. Same song and dance. And off to a great start. Destiny Islands done. After beating Darkside, I woke up in Traverse Town, saved, and immediately went to the 2nd district to kill the 5 required Heartless to proceed. If you didn't know, you actually don't need to see all the cutscenes with Donald and Goofy or follow them throughout the whole district. Just kill 5 Heartless, go back into the accessory shop, and you'll be aight. And when you pop right back out, Leon will be there. And yeah, Leon. Even though I'm so good at this game and I could have easily beat him, I just let him have it and just proceeded. I just let him make it this one time so I can hurry the shit up and run straight into the 3rd district to fight Guard Armor. And you know what? Guard Armor is the first boss to actually give me some deaths in this run. And no, I'm not going to be showing every time I die in this game because honestly, this video is probably going to be way longer than it has to be. And even if I did, all you're going to be seeing is... Oh, move! Holy shit. Who wants to see that? The fight starts with 5 Soldier Heartless, but I beat him like any other Heartless fight. Now with Donald carrying the fires. Nothing much to note here, but every time I did lose, I did have to refight these again, which did become annoying. But anyway, Guard Armor wasn't really that bad. I just had to get used to timing my Keyblade swings to tech his attacks, but once I got better at it, the fight became super simple. Hands, feet, facial, and then Guard Armor down. Easy. After beating it, I get fire and dodge roll, and then I leave straight for Olympus Colliseum. So far, so good. Traverse Town 1 done. So the reason why I head to Olympus Colliseum before I do an actual world is because I wanted to get Thunder and focus on damage storage as soon as possible. What is damage storage? Well, it's a benefit of the EXP 0 ability. Basically, if you were to have EXP 0 on and went to land a finisher on an enemy, the next attack you'll do will do double damage as long as you land that last hit. The devs added this so that your attacks will at least do some reasonable amount of damage if you happen to be at a lower level. And damage storage is cute as a bitch because this extra damage does not go away until you hit an enemy with another Keyblade swing. Meaning, all magics and anything considered to be will also do double damage until then. And I'm going to be abusing the hell out of it. The amount of damage you can do with damage storage at level 1 is truly absurd. It makes most of this game trivial as fuck. And that's why the strat in the level 1 run is to get a 3-hit combo and then spam your buff the fuck up magic. And that's why getting Thunder was such a priority for me. Thunder has such a large radius and already does a ton of damage, so of course getting it ASAP from Olympus was a no-brainer. Once I do take that pit stop at the Colosseum, I do Fields training, which was easy, of course, get Thunder, and go straight to Deep Jungle. Again, speed, blitz. Also the preliminaries are too strong for me right now. I know, because I tried. Oh my god. Without cure and no meaningful reward right now, doing this right now is pointless. And frustrating. So yeah, heading to Deep Jungle. But I don't like Deep Jungle, and 4 fucking seconds into it and it's already pissing me off again. I'll go in more depth later on why I don't like Deep Jungle, but right now, I had to fight Sabor. She is an optional boss here, so it didn't really matter if I lost. But it still kind of irked me the fact that I tried my hardest and still lost. Why did I try to fight Sabor even though I don't have to? I don't know. I don't like Sabor. I don't like her at all. I'll specifically go more in depth on why when I have to fight her, but right now... God damn
Please, no, no.
After doing the typical deep jungle stuff, I have to go save the gorillas from the Heartless. And here, you can see how damage storage is in full effect. I'm completely steamrolling through all of these just by spamming DS Thunder. And because of that, there's nothing really much to note about any of these Heartless fights. So, after easily saving all the gorillas from the Heartless, I have to fight Sabor for real now. And yeah, I didn't like fight Sabor at all. And the reason why is because she's fast and has fucking super armor. Well, kind of. Your attacks will not put her in hit stun until you get your full 3-hit combo off. This makes her so risky to hit because if you do not, her attacks will come out fast enough for her to counterattack you. Sometimes, she'll just keep trying to attack you and you'll just have to sit there and keep dodge rolling until she growls in one place. But when she does, you can get an easy 3-hit combo off her, spam DS fire, and then you'll win. Sabor is very annoying to chase down, but when you do, she isn't the worst thing in the world. The boss after this one, however, I don't know, this one might be the worst one in the world. That's what I feared. Clayton and the Stealth Sneak. Because of these two alone, Deep Jungle was in my top 3 feared worlds to do in this run. That being said, let's break it down real quick. So, there are 2 phases with this fight, and the first phase is just Clayton and some power wilds. This is actually pretty easy, just hit him with a 2-hit loop against a wall, or just spam DS Thunder, and you'll win. That was pretty simple. Now the real phase starts. The second phase of this fight, the Stealth Sneak joins in, and you have to fight them at the same time. This boss fight sucks. And the main problem is that goddamn fucking demon spawn, man. The Stealth Sneak will do anything in its power to kill you. It will charge at you with invincibility, throw heat-seeking missiles, jump to the mountain you were camping it out on, and be invincible at the beginning of the fight. Ooh, I fucking hate that nigga, man. And to top all of it off, if you die, you would have to redo the whole last phase with Clayton. It's annoying. This whole boss is annoying. And all 3 times that I beat this boss. This is the boss I usually have the hardest time with. But this time, somehow, I beat it first try. First try is crazy. Honestly, I have no idea how I did. Maybe because I fought this boss way too much. Maybe because I micked out and waited for Clayton to jump at me so I can loop him. Or maybe I'm just good at game. Who knows? It doesn't matter. What does matter though is the rewards. After beating them fuck niggas, I got Cure and Jungle King. The reason why I went to Deep Jungle first. The Jungle King Keyblade is longer than the Kingdom Key, which will help in Wonderland's boss fight, and Cure is Cure. So yeah, Deep Jungle, done. Like I imagined, Wonderland was pretty simple. I grabbed the 4 evidence boxes, got Blizzard finally, and went back to the Queen so I could continue the story. Funny enough, when I was showing the Queen the evidence, I actually got Donald and Goofy captured, which is the first time that ever happened to me, ever. It's not like it makes the next fight with the cards any harder. Both of them niggas don't really do anything in this run, and especially here, but it was just too interesting to me not to mention. This fight, just like all of Wonderland, was easy as shit. I mean, it's supposed to be. This is literally the easiest world in the game. There is nothing that any of the enemies can do in this world that could really threaten me. No one is putting me in 2-hit KO range, and everyone's attacks are slow enough to dodge or avoid. And even if I were to be dropped to low HP, now that I have Cure, I have even less to worry about. This whole fight, by the way, I 3-hit them to DS Thunder until I won, while also having to break the tower. Deadass, that's all I did. And, of course, it was easy as hell. Beating up the cards and breaking the tower released Alice, so then I can finally fight Trickmaster next. This fight was easy as fuck. Well, I mean, of course it was, but like, it's not supposed to be, but like, it kind of is, but it's weird because guard armor was harder than Trickmaster. The enemies that you need to beat to summon Trickmaster are harder than Trickmaster, in my opinion. And especially with the Jungle King Keyblade, it makes this boss even easier. Because Jungle King is a long-range Keyblade, you can actually hit Trickmaster from under him without having to get on the table or hit him with magic from very long range. I jumped and hit him like this until he died. This, along with DS Thunder, makes this boss and pretty much this whole world a nothing burger. Wonderland, done. The last thing I have to do to complete this first world circle is to go back to Traverse Town and fight Opposite Armor. And to do that, I had to go to the Gizmo shop and fight the Heartless on top of the roof. But before I did anything, I first went to get my first summon, Simba, from the Fairy Godmother. Simba is super important. Spoiler alert, he will be the GOAT for this whole run. I won't be using him much, but when I do, like when I need him in the next World Agrabah, he will be putting down buckets. Going back to the mob fight on the roof, it's only prismatic melodies there, so it wasn't that bad, but I did have to make sure I didn't fall off the roof, because if I did, I'd have to redo the whole fight over. This fight was all to start the actual boss fight, by the way, but once they were actually done, I rang the bell, went back into the Gizmo shop to save my position, and then started the Opposite Armor fight. This fight was not that bad either. It starts with a guard armor, but it pump fakes you by letting you knock it down before it turns into the real fight. Opposite is one of the easier bosses in Kingdom Hearts because of how incredibly slow he is. You can pretty much just wail on him and spam DS literally any magic until it's done. And really, that's all I did the whole fight. Beating Opposite Armor did take me 3 tries. However, that's only because I kept dying to this one pinwheel move I could not see somehow for some reason. It's not my fault, I swear. It's this goddamn camera fault. No, but yeah. Besides that, DS Thunder and now DS Blizzard made this another easy boss fight. Traverse Town 2, done. And finally, with all the worlds here done and the next world circle ready, I'm going to end this video here. If you did enjoy this video and you want to see more, make sure to subscribe, like, and all the other YouTube bullshit. In the next video in this series, I will be speed blitzing through the second world circle and possibly some other extra things. So far, from what I'm feeling about this challenge, it's not hard at all. I mean, it's a challenge, but not the Kingdom Hearts level 1 experience I was expecting from all the other things I heard and saw. Well, I did only do the early game so far, so obviously it is going to be easier now, and of course, the game is eventually going to get harder, but honestly, that is nothing to be worried about. All of these bosses are trivial as fuck. What is the worst thing that could possibly happen? That was so chased me. I couldn't even. Why would I hit him? I just let all that happen. I just let all that happen. Oh my god! I couldn't get my combo. Man. Yeah, okay. I'm like so not prepared. Oh no. You know what? You know what?